Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mind Games. Today we have a special guest. We have Mr. Moop. He's going to show you guys some Taekkyon stuff, so enjoy.
Hey guys, welcome to a video on how to play Taekkyon properly. In case you didn't know who I am, my name is Moop, not Meep like Coke pronounced it yesterday because he's a fucking moron or something. And not Mook. Can people stop asking me if I'm Mook? I don't even know who Mook is. It doesn't make any grammatical sense, that name. But yeah, this video is just to explain my thought process a little bit when I'm playing, to break down some of my replays, explain what I was thinking at each stage of it. Although my Toribash is having some problems downloading customs, so a lot of these people look like ookies, but I promise you it's multiplayer. So I'm going to start off with this replay. There are a couple of reasonably simple things that I do that I can talk to you about. Notice at the start of nearly all my replays, I put my hand towards the middle. If I grab my opponent first, this gives me a lot more control over their body and my body to line up attack. So it looks like he's going to bring up his legs to kick me. So I'm just going to keep my hand out there. I'm not going to risk putting it down because my wrists are weak and give in easily, a bit like your mum does. So I'm just going to keep my hand there, let his leg come up to meet it. And if someone tries to kick me, I like to grab them on their thigh or their knee. The reason for this is that it moves slower than the bottom half of their legs, so it's less likely to damage my wrists. As well as that, it puts them completely off balance. And pay attention to where your grab appears. This time it's appeared on the thigh, which is perfect. As long as I keep my wrists or elbow slightly bent, if he kicks out with his right leg, it's not going to hurt me. It might take you a while to picture that, but that's just simple body mechanics really. So I've grabbed his right leg, which opens up his right hand side to attack. I'm hoping he tries to kick out with his right leg, so I'm still just going to hover for a second. I'm going to bring up my right hand and left leg briefly to get my attack or defense ready, staying mostly relaxed. In fact, if I press E now, you'll see that almost all of my joints are still relaxed. This allows me to defend or attack much quicker if I need to. So I can see he's about to kick out with his right leg, which will help swing him round so he turns to face his left, which also lines up my left kick perfectly with him. So with my right hand, I grab his right arm, removing the only other defense on his right hand side. You see, if I've got his right leg and right arm, he now has no defense there, so it's completely open to my kick. He made the mistake of kicking out, helping me spin him round, so I'm going to use both arms to pull him down towards my left leg. As you'll already know if you've played a lot of Toribash, the way to get power into a left round kick is to use the chest and pecs to pull the opponent into the kick. I'm contracting my right leg as well here, as it gives me a firmer support on the floor in this circumstance, and having a support on the floor is very important for power. I like to keep my ankles relaxed. There's nothing worse than a foot dismemberment, apart from like the Holocaust or Icky or something. Relaxing joints makes them much harder to break, so I like to keep them relaxed. Notice that I've relaxed my right wrist as well, as it didn't grab the arm that cleanly, so it's very prone to break at the moment. And lowering my shoulders and bending my lumbar left is just used to position the kick higher up the body. Again, that's just simple body mechanics, and the result is this. Right, so on to the next replay. Once again, I just use a neutral opener to grab my opponent. And my opponent did the same thing here, so I can already tell he knows at least a little bit what he's doing. So I can see I'm going to be able to grab his right hand with my left hand. This opens up his right hand side to attack because his arm is being blocked from defending. But my left hand side is being opened up for the same reason, so I want to kick him with my left leg as quick as I can before he has a chance to attack me. The way I've set up the kick quickly is to twist my pecs and chest before the hands have made contact. And notice the relaxed elbow. This helps to take the pressure off of my elbow and wrist so they won't dismember so easily. I've contracted my right glute as well. This is to start shifting my momentum toward my right hand side, helping to pull the kick towards the center of his body. Notice that quite a few joints are still relaxed. Don't be afraid to keep most of your body relaxed. It helps to speed up transitions between moves. Notice here that I'm at risk of grabbing my own knee. It's actually his hand grabbing my hand at the moment, not mine grabbing his. This is an important distinction, so I just ungrab. Important to be aware of these things. The way I pull him towards my body is a good technique that I use often actually. The first stage is to contract my elbow and extend my wrist on the arm I'm using to grab him. The second stage is to extend my elbow and contract my wrist. This allows me to bring him closer to my body without messing with our rotations too much. Play with it in single player, it's very useful. Now here all that is left is to kick out, which gives quite a satisfying boon. Just going back to this turn for a second, a couple of things I forgot to mention. Notice firstly that I'm raising my left shoulder to take away his arm out of the line of my kick. It completely opens up his head and chest to raise my arm here and removes any chance of that arm blocking the kick. I've also bent my lumbar right to aim it slightly lower on the body, but they're very little subtleties. Now, this kick is hard to defend, but definitely not impossible. So I want to show you what I would have done if I was my opponent here. Okay, firstly, I relax all, as always. I always relax all between movements, it helps a lot. It's a good habit to get used to. I don't want to allow him to keep getting closer to my body. That is only helping to power up his kick. So I want to hold my right wrist and my right elbow to stiffen them, to stop them contracting anymore, to stop helping him close the distance. The only way I'm going to be able to block the kick is with my free hand. So I'm going to turn my chest and left pec into the line of the kick, and to help speed up that rotation I'm going to extend my left glute and hip. This uses your hip power to aid your rotation. Now it's very important that I keep my right shoulder and pec relaxed, as well as my left elbow and wrist relaxed, because these are the joints that are at really high risk of dismembering now. My right hand side because they're about to get kicked if I miss the block, and my left arm because there's a strong chance that my arm will break from catching the kick if I keep it stiff while I'm blocking. Everything else I will just keep relaxed. The key to a good block is to move quickly and fluidly, not with all the power you can manage. So there's no point trying to get every joint into it. And now, as you can see, it's a perfect block and dismembers the leg, which gives me an easy route to win by throwing his leg out of the ring for a disqualification. I had actually planned originally to analyse 5 or 6 replays in this video, but turns out it takes a lot longer than I thought it would. And in the interest of not boring you, I think I better stop now. If you guys do want another video, then let me know and I'll make one. In the meantime, remember to keep PMing Ryan with any thoughts and feelings throughout the day. He loves to hear them, honestly guys.